Good evening, Marty. Hey, John. How's it going? Hi, John. Other John. Yeah, already two of you. Three of you, actually. Two Johns and a Marty. And a Jerry. How's it going, Jerry? I know too many Johns. Don't know what we're going to do about that. Wilmer! I think I have my act together tonight. Hey, Steve, I hope it will go smoothly. I hope. I hope no derailments. I changed a lot of wheel sets and couplers. Hey, Pappy, how's it going? Oh, yeah. Yeah, good wide angle. Why would they throw covered hoppers on the side of the track? I'll wait just a couple minutes, see if anybody else wants to join us. Yeah, with that view, Jerry, you can kind of see everything except right up front here. So I tried to zoom in a little bit so you could see the paper, where the paper mill's going here. So, uh, yeah, they do. Wow. It was kind of covered hoppers. Were they like cement or sand, or were they grain hoppers? Hmm. Sure hope they weren't full. Uh, Wilmer, I don't know. I worked on my turnout some, but I also put a bunch of new wheel sets and couplers on. So we'll see what happens. Of course, I ran out of wheels, so everything hasn't been changed. Well, it looks like this is a good start. 8 of us, anyway. We'll. So the first thing we're gonna do. That's funny. First thing we're gonna do is leave the yard and go to the paper mill and do our pickups and setouts there. Hey, Dwight, how's it going? And it's great having this wireless throttle because I can walk around. So luckily, the manifest that was generated actually had my pickups and setouts on the same track. So that's gonna be a pretty easy thing to do. I'm gonna have to leave my caboose off though because I'm setting out all my box cars. So my caboose has to be left out, um, left at the back, so I can get some buffer cars in between. Because if I didn't, I'd just have all tank cars. So if I'm working on the main, of course, you got to call the dispatcher and get track and time, especially a place like this because it's dark. You know, there's no signals. So I'm going to take the yard here, drop my caboose off on the main. If you can hear me from here, and then we'll do what we need to do. Okay, so caboose is uncoupled. remember to throw that switch back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my pickups first here. I'm going to pick up these 7 cars. I'm going to push them back to my caboose. And then I'm going to leave my setouts, which are these box cars and this one, on my setout track. So let me do something. Let me just back up here. Because I want to uncouple this box car. All right. Have my first incident. And I think it's this this particular box car. I mean this tank car. I don't know why. We'll see what happens. Once again, probably the wheel sets on it or something like that. I'm going to do my pickups first. Yeah. This one too. It's just this switch in here. And it's the point rails. It's not even the frog on this one. Yeah, sometimes it's a switch, sometimes it's a wheel, sometimes it's a couplers. You just gotta keep messing with them until you get them all right. Okay, so I'm going to leave this here and couple there because I've got to use this boxcar as a buffer. Oops. You have to throw this switch back. Now, there you go. For some reason I lost that one right there. Come on. All right, let me push those box cars back. See if anybody's talking to me. I can see that switch is giving me some problems. Now I got to do two things. I got to push this buffer car back here, put my tank cars up to the train, drop that box car off here, and then I should be good. If I didn't have to worry about buffer cars, it would have been an easy switching move. But when you're hauling hazmat, that's what you got to do. All right, we're going to uncouple this here. There we go. Pick up my buffer, get on my train, and take off. All right, that's it so far. Let's see. Let me just look at my manifest just in case. So I'm supposed to have 15 cars, including the caboose. Let's see if that's the truth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. How about that? I think I did it right. Yeah, set out the 7 box cars and picked up the 2 wood chip hoppers, the bulkhead, the 3 tank cars, and the UP box. Perfect. All right, we can head to our cement plant now. So at the cement plant, I am supposed to pick up one of the cement hoppers and drop off 4 tank cars. And I think it's the 4 up front, if I'm not mistaken, the way the train's built. Yeah. Upper level, Steve. No, ain't no way. I'd fool with a helix. And this is cost too much money. My wife I would be sleeping out here if I built another level. Okay, so when I left, I relinquished track and time to the dispatcher. When I get over here to the refinery and cement plant siting, I'm going to do the same thing. I'll call the dispatcher for track and time. And if there's no trains in the area or coming through soon, that he'll give me and tell me how long I can have it for. I don't know how well y'all can see over at the refinery. Can you see over there? Yeah, you can kind of see. First, I'm going to be switching the cement plant. So see if I can move my camera over on this side without it going crazy. Sometimes when I move it, it loses the picture, and I don't know why. It didn't. So there, I'll focus it down there some. I think you can see better what's going on now. Hey, Dwayne, how's it going? I don't think I said hi to you. All right. So these first 4 tankers, and what happens? And I hope my track is clean. I actually haven't run on this. I've cleaned it before, but I haven't run on it. So to make sure it's got some scrubbing. Not sure, but I think all right. Go forward. I'm gonna have to leave this one on this track. But I need to get my cement hopper, which is this one, out first. See you, Pappy. Hope I didn't miss you. Yep, that's right. This is a cement plant. Absolutely. And I'm not only going to do cement here, but asphalt as well, which is the reason I have tank cars. Okay, so I'm going to leave my little cement hopper out on the main line, and I'll show you why in a minute. I'm going to push the tank car and the two cement cars back up that track. All right, so we finished our work at the cement plant. Time to go work the refinery. And let me just make sure what's on the manifest for the refinery. So I have to pick up two tank cars from 25, which is the track nearest to the edge. EATX and an SP, I'm sorry, an RELX 3026 and 336. Okay, so that's this one and this one. And I got to do a pickup first to make room to put the other ones in. Okay, my switch is pointed correctly. Oops. How that happened. All right, let's see what I got to drop off there just to make sure. Set out UTLX, Reading, GATX, and UP. Okay. Number 3 to set out. 4. I don't know about you guys, but to me, this is the fun part of railroading. Being able to do operations. It's probably boring sitting there watching it on camera, though. Okay, I'm going to leave these 2 sitting here. This one goes on my train. Now I'm going to do something and you're going to wonder why I'm doing it. Okay, so UTX SP 497 340. So I have told my program, my JMRI program, that first in, first out on these spurs. So what I need to do, my setouts that I have back here, I am going to have to put them up front because these cars were here first. They're going to be the first ones to go out, like next time the manifest comes around. So I'm going to have my 3 tank cars here that I've got to put there. I've got to have them all the way up at the front. So that's why I'm dragging all these out. Because otherwise the next guy that comes along with the train, he's going to have to pull everything out to get to him. So we're going to be nice and do first in, first out like we're supposed to do. In my yards, what happens, the program's set to do it normal, and normal means that it will rotate the cars as evenly as possible to get them moving. So, it'll try to keep everything moving one time, go through everything, then move everything the second time as much as it can. Plastic couplers. So these 3 are my set outs, these 3. These are the 2 I'm keeping, and the rest of these go back also. I'm glad I'm kind of doing this too, because this gives me an idea if I ran the whole layout, how long an operating session would be. I'm doing everything except up to here, and the reason why is I haven't run my bus line this far. Trains right now, they tend to die about right here. So as soon as I get my bus wires all hooked up for this, then I can go all the way. The only thing then I need to do is what you can't see is do the lift up section to get a full complete circle. Okay. So far this has been about 50 minutes of actual operating time. So I figure each train, if I do this, each train's going to be about an hour and a half, which you can do 2 in a 3-hour operating session. It might take you 2.5, between 2.5 and 3 hours. Now, before I put everything back, I'm going to go here and push into my cement car. And you'll see why, unless you're ahead of me. And I'm sorry, but I haven't been paying a lot of attention to the chat. Hey James, how's it going? Chris? Yeah, the big blue thing is an air compressor, that's right. All right, we're going to shove back into my cement car. And you're probably going, that's weird, because now it'll be on the other side of the caboose. All right, now let's shove these cars back on the end of the refinery. All right. So before I pull away, I'm just going to check my manifest one more time, make sure I've got the correct count of cars. So when I leave here, I should be leaving here with 11. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, I'm going to put my boxcar on the end. And yes, this is the end of the train now, because this is a turn. So, because it's a turn, he's got to head back in the other direction. Well, I've got to do one more move, and then we can, or two more actually. And the two more moves are to hook up to the caboose and the cement hopper, move them to the back, shove back into them, and then take off. As long as my green light's on, I know my camera's still working. Okay, we're clear of the switch. Drop off my 2 cars. Once the engine's clear, I will throw the switch. Come to the front of my train and back into my cement car and caboose, and we'll be on our way. This time with 41.53 in the lead. Right. So when it's clear of the switch, we're back into our train. And we'll shove it back all the way to the cement hopper and caboose back there. Make more noise. Why was I not yelling loud enough? Make sure that switch is thrown properly. This one's back straight to the main line now. There we go. Returning to Alexandria with 41.53 in the lead. No, there's bells. It might be that the camera is, and I blew the horn too, so it just means maybe you didn't hear it because of the camera. Since it's so far away from where the train's actually running. Now I'm going to try to move the camera again without losing the picture, so we'll see, because that's what tends to happen when I move it. Because I want to get it over here. Yeah, let's see. There you go. I think it's just because it wasn't close enough. Thanks, Norm. Now, usually when it would go back into the yard, is this is the northbound arrival track here. Well, you can't really see it. Let me turn my camera. Try to move it down just a little bit. This is the northbound arrival track, and this is the southbound, but I've got a couple engines, or 3 engines actually, blocking the northbound arrival track, so I'll have to bring him in on the other. Yeah, I guess the engineers of that other consist went to lunch or something. Who knows? So what would normally happen is that, yeah, fairly smoothly, Wilmer. They're 32-inch radius. What would normally happen is when I get back to the yard is this, then the switch engine would break down the train and put it on the appropriate tracks. But we won't do that tonight because that would be another hour. I'm sure some of y'all want to go to bed. Yeah, I've got a minimum of 32-inch radius turns and number 6 switches. So. And my coffee's gotten cold. Oh, well. Should have kept it in a thermos, huh? I actually bought a KCS thermos on eBay a couple years ago. So when I used to work in an office, I carried it all the time. But now that I don't work in an office any longer, I don't use it very often. I use it when I go traveling, keep coffee in. But that's the only time I use it now. Well, let me go down to that end and make sure everything still stays on the rails. John, the sun's still setting there. You got to be kidding me. It's almost 10 o'clock. Perfect. All right. So we got her into the yard. So good night, Dwayne. So so what I'm going to do now is let me share my screen. Okay. And I'm going to share an application window. Huh, that's funny. It doesn't, very odd, it doesn't see that. There it is. So let me, there we go. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch the radio button over to move. I think, there we go. So now since I've run this train, I'm going to move it through every place it went. You see the current, and then the last move to the yard. When I'm finished, when I've gotten to the yard, I click on terminate. So I don't want to click on terminate yet because the switcher still has to set out all the cars, and I'll do that later. Like I said, that would be almost another hour. So I know y'all don't want to stay on a live stream another hour. So you can. So like I said, that's what I'll do. I'll do later is do all the setouts, and then I'll click the terminate, and that tells the program where all the cars are located once you've done that. So so the program will now know that they've all moved. Good night, James. But that's it. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope y'all I don't know if you learned anything or not, but it's a little bit about operations. Of course, I didn't do everything exactly, but make sure if you've got cars out on the main line, you call for track and time when you you call the dispatcher and tell them that kind of stuff. If you're in that kind of operation setting, a lot of times you just talk with the guys around you. So. But make sure you have buffer cars between your. I'm not sure what the modern rule is, and I'm not even sure what it was back in '76. I know it's at least one, but it might be more than that. I have my KCS schedule says refer to the DOT regulation, so who knows. I do have a printer inside, but I do have to buy ink for it. So as soon as I buy ink for it, I can print out my manifest. It's fun. It's a weird printer. If one color goes out, you can't print anything, not even in black and white. It won't even let you do black and white. So you have to have all the colors, which the color cartridges don't last any amount of time whatsoever. So it's really strange. All right. Well, thanks. I'm glad everybody joined. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks, John. I will. I'll see y'all next time. Don't forget, On Track Tuesday, you have a hammer. Yeah. I do too. I got a big old sledgehammer. Yeah, that's how I get my exercise. Uh, but I hope y'all have a good evening and a great weekend. And y'all take care. God bless.